Ladies and gentlemen, if you guys didn't already know, this week is going to be the mid-season update for Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War and Warzone. So this is essentially the midway through Season 1, and they gave us a bunch of details today in a blog post regarding what we are going to see throughout this week and what is coming throughout the rest of Season 1. Now, it's weird because generally speaking on these mid-season updates, we generally get a new roadmap that describes Season 1 Reloaded, or last season was Season 6 Reloaded, and it gives us a kind of breakdown of everything we could expect to see over the rest of the season. Today, however, is a little bit different because they actually gave us everything that we are getting in this week's update on the 14th. If you guys didn't know already, they're actually changing the day that updates happen on Call of Duty, so it no longer coincides with Taco Tuesday, but now is on Thirsty Thursday. So in this video, what we're going to be doing is going over everything that is going to be coming in this update, talking about what this means for the rest of Season 1, discuss what we see on the roadmap and what we have left to get on the roadmap, and then at the very end, talk about some speculation as to what is going to be happening with Warzone, because that is the one thing that they actually didn't give us literally any information on with this update, is what is happening with Warzone. So that is everything that we're going to be going over in this video, and essentially what we are going to be talking about is everything that is going to be coming in this week's mid-season update on Thursday. So to start things out, when is this update happening? So this is happening on Thursday. It is possible that this update does come out Wednesday night at 11 p.m. Pacific time. That is generally when they do the full title updates, is in the middle of the night. They haven't announced an exact time. So if you don't follow me on Twitter already, it'll be linked down in the description. Whenever we find out when that title update is, I'll tweet something out just so that way you guys are up to date. But my best guess is probably Wednesday night, 11 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. So that's like early Thursday morning for most of the rest of the world. Now, as far as what is in this update, so the first thing we have is a new map. It is called Sanitorium, and this is the new Fireteam Dirty Bomb map. And I have to say, this seems like one of the coolest maps that we've got so far. Even though I'm not the biggest fan of Fireteam Dirty Bomb, this map sounds cool. Let me read to you the description of this map. Deep in the Ural Plains is a Soviet experimental health retreat, the focus of a clandestine investigation by NATO forces in September 1984. Low wooded hills provide cover for the fire team squads to gain reconnaissance over the main, roughly circular shaped main hotel, and hotels in quotes. So I think what they mean by hotel there is actually like a hospital, or in this case, a sanatorium. This hotel is a concrete, brutalist architectural behemoth flanked by lakeside structures and large wooded dock, with links to the secret testing within the state sanatorium U-23. Notes found within the grounds of the sprawling complex indicate a conditioning trial known as Project Golova. So a couple takeaways there is Sanatorium U-23. First of all, if you don't know what a sanatorium is, it's essentially like a building for long-term chronic illnesses. It's just like a creepier name for it, and it's like what they used to call it back in the day. The second takeaway there is something called Project Golova. Now, I've done a lot of research, and as you guys know, I know a lot about the Call of Duty backstory. To my knowledge, Project Golova is not something that is mentioned in any Call of Duty game. So I'm super interested to see what that's all about. And of course, if we get any more information, I will keep you guys updated on that. But I will say the information I can get from that is they call it a conditioning trial, which to me is some sort of brainwashing trial, similar to what we see with the American story in the Black Ops Cold War campaign. Also, on top of that, Golova in Russian means head. So Project Head, and I don't think this is an X-rated thing, so probably something to do with the mind. After this, we are also going to be getting the Tactical Raft. If you look on the Season 1 kind of roadmap, you can see that Tactical Raft is one of the new vehicles that we're supposed to be getting within the season, and it's not yet out, and it makes sense to be on this map because so much of this map is actually water, so that should be added in. After this, we have a new game mode. This is for multiplayer called Dropkick. Essentially, this is Team Defender. In Modern Warfare, you would use a flag. In this game, it's a briefcase. Now, if you hold the briefcase for long enough, your team gets more points, and the team that has more points by the end of the game launches a nuke with the nuclear codes from the briefcase, which is pretty cool. I'm going to be interested to see how the nuke actually works on the various different maps. As far as zombies go, we don't have too much information on zombies. We are getting a new game mode called Cranked, which is essentially zombies, but if you don't shoot or kill a zombie for a long period of time, you blow up. So in other words, you can't take a long time to pack a punch your weapons or do an Easter egg or anything like that. You just have to constantly be killing and killing and killing. I'm interested to see what that's like. It just, to me, sounds like a worse version of zombies, but you can let me know what you think down in the comments. On top of this, they did tweet saying that on 115 day, aka on Friday, we're going to be getting some sort of zombies announcement. My best guess is that that is something to do with the new zombies map, maybe a teaser for the season 2 zombies map, but as of right now, that is not confirmed whatsoever. They did announce that from the 14th to the 21st of January, zombies is actually free to play. So if you only play Warzone and you want to level up some weapons or you want to just play some zombies, it's a great week to actually do so. It's going from the 14th to the 21st, so 7 total days, and you can get your hand on some zombies for free, which is pretty damn cool. The other thing is Raid is coming to Onslaught. So Onslaught is on PlayStation 4 only, or PlayStation 5 if you have that, and this is basically a different zombies game mode on the multiplayer maps. It's basically a survival game mode, and Raid is being added to that as well. The one other thing that we are getting is the Wakazashi Sword. I'm probably saying that wrong, but essentially that is the katana melee weapon. So that'll be in a bundle that is coming out on Thursday. So that is essentially all of the big things coming to the update in Black Ops Cold War. I'm assuming that there's also going to be like a bunch of bug fixes, some weapon updates, some balancing changes, and things like that, like we get with every single update, but they haven't announced anything what those are or anything like that. So I would assume that that is going to be coming. Going back to look at the roadmap there, the only other thing that we haven't got yet on this roadmap is the new character Zenya. I don't know how to say it properly, but I'm assuming that she is going to be coming a week or two after this update in a bundle. Nothing too fancy there. We know she's coming, but that is the only other thing on this roadmap. As I mentioned at the very beginning of this video, generally around this time in a season, we get an updated roadmap with what is coming throughout the rest of the season. And it is still possible that that either happens this week or next week, but as of today, there is 44 days left in season 1. By the end of this week, there's going to be about 40. With no content left on the roadmap aside from one operator, you have to assume that they're going to be announcing something coming in the last 40 days of the seasons. New maps, game modes, characters, I don't even know, but that's a very long period of time to have no content planned. So we have to be getting some news soon. If not, it's going to be a very boring 40 days. I'm really hoping for something big with Warzone. Speaking of Warzone, that's the next thing that we have to talk about, because in today's blog post, there was no information as to what is going on in the mid-season update for Warzone. No new game modes, anything like that. I have to assume that this week they're going to be adding some sort of more weapon balancing for the DMR, Diomedes, MAC-10, and Type 63. They nerfed them last week, but it essentially did nothing. All of the meta is still all of these weapons, so I'm not only hoping for a nerf for some of those weapons, but also a buff for some other Cold War weapons. The assault rifles are incredibly underpowered compared to the Modern Warfare ones, so I would love to see like maybe a recoil buff, or maybe even just a damage range buff on some of these weapons so that they're actually viable in game. And when they nerf the DMR, it's not just right back to the Modern Warfare weapons. But as of right now, they haven't announced that. I'm only assuming because literally the entire meta right now is just DMR, DMR, DMR. Now, there are some other leaks going around the community as of right now, but I'm assuming most of these are actually for Season 2. For example, there were new files found for an LMG and a sniper rifle in the game. I'm assuming those are the 2 new weapons coming with Season 2. There's also been rumors and confirmed by Treyarch that at some point League play is going to be coming to Black Ops Cold War. As for when that is, whether they're going to be getting rid of skill-based matchmaking when that comes, they have not mentioned anything about that as of right now. But my guess would be at the very least that'll be coming with Season 2. And then the final thing with the look that we had at Sanitorium is a new Warzone map. So there are rumors that all of these Fireteam Dirty Bomb maps are going to be taken and put into a brand new Warzone map that will be replacing Verdansk. Now, this has not been confirmed. There are some files supporting it. All of the Fireteam Dirty Bomb maps are actually labeled as Warzone maps, so that's one thing to point towards that direction, but I'm going to have a separate video talking about that in the future. As of right now, we don't know much that's happening to Warzone. We don't know about weapon balance, and League play is coming, but we have no idea when. So that is everything that we know about the mid-season update. As far as my opinion on this, It is very, very, very lackluster. I have to throw that out there. Compared to the updates that we were getting, for example, Haunting of Verdansk was a mid-season update. This is nothing compared to that update. There's no announcement of a new event in Warzone, like the Rebirth event. There is nothing like that. And I hope that they're planning on adding more content throughout season 1, because like I said, to me, this is pretty lackluster. But let me know what your opinions are on it down in the comments. We're getting this on Thursday, probably at 11 p.m. Pacific Standard Time on Wednesday night, but going into Thursday morning. So yeah, let me know what you think down in the comments. If you enjoyed the video, found it informative, it's always appreciated if you do hit that like button. And if you're new to the channel, like what you see, be sure to hit that subscribe button, turn notifications on, all of that good jazz. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time, peace out.